In this video, the Nations Cup World Champion spins at Suzuka and we get taken out by a dirty driver. Hello everyone and welcome back to some Gran Turismo daily racing. Yes, we're doing what we did previously and jumping onto daily racing and seeing what fun we can have later on in the week because it gets a bit more competitive. What kind of racing can we do? Well, up ahead, you see, that's quite a name, that Rabbit Rider 69. But they're in the WRX, so obviously picking the non-meta car. The meta car obviously being Godzilla. But yes, they're not choosing Godzilla. They're choosing the Scooby. We'll see what we can do with them as we go through. I love this line of cars as well going through here. It looks very nice indeed in terms of Gran Turismo. So coming through here, you can see Wind up ahead. We've got Constant in front of them. Up in the lead, we've got Balding, Tommy Kuhn as well. I recognize that name for some reason. I can't remember why. But as we go through this left-hander, Mikuma looks like they've had a bit of an issue. And Rabbit Rider goes for avoiding action. Doesn't quite work out for them, but it works out for us. That's up into P15 in Godzilla. So we come through Spoon then. Mikuma just misses the apex again as we go into the second part of Spoon. Look at that line of cars up ahead. Loads of places to be made if we're quick enough. And that is the key point. Oh, there we go. Someone's off. Oh, these F1 Slayers. Oh, we had a good race with them last week. Unfortunately, they're off this week. We'll have a look at that at the very end. As we go through 130R and Mikuma just goes off there as we head into the braking zone. Look how close everybody is. We can see a BMW M6 up in the distance as well. Find out who that is later on. But we are much closer to Mikuma than Mikuma is to win. So we should have a bit better of a slipstream here. We do have to be careful of the WRX behind as well, our Rabbit Rider, as we head down towards turn one. Then Mikuma goes defensive here, but I was trying to throw a dummy here, and it does work. There is space for a GTR there. But as we come into here, there is a slight bit of contact there. There was room. Everyone stays on circuit, so it's fine. But we continue on through there. I couldn't really get it round anymore without touching Mikuma, so Mikuma keeps that position for now. And it's status quo here in P14. P14, of course, because of F1 Slayers incident. Which, as I say, we will have a look at the end. We've got a lot of bloopers at the end, believe it or not. So you're in for an entertaining video, that is for sure. Going through the S's then, and Mikuma just goes a bit wide there, and we're going to have a big old run on Mikuma. Mikuma goes defensive then for Tidgney. We're on the outside here. Very dangerous corner to go side by side on, and it stays. Oh, we got somebody else off there. That is Dan. So we take another position there. Not the position we were trying to get there off Mikuma, but even so, we're still right behind him. Rabbit Rider blocks me in here. There was good effort there because I was going to go right and I couldn't. So yeah, it stays status quo for now. Mikuma defends very nicely indeed. But that group up ahead disappearing slowly into the distance. So I was a bit frustrated at this, but I'm like, come on, goodbye. I need to catch up to the rest of the group. I want to have some more racing action. But there's racing action here, and Mikuma's doing a brilliant job defending here as we enter Spoon again for the second time. And in towards left, Mikuma gets it wrong again. So we should have a run here because we've taken the apex perfectly. Look how close we are as well. We're in the slipstream. Are they going to go defensive? They stay to the right-hand side initially here. I go towards the left-hand side then as we head towards 130R. Are they going to give it up? Or are we going to go side by side into 130R? That is the question. They give it up this time. So we're into P12 there. Happy days. Jobs are good. As we come through into turn one a bit later on in the race. Who's that off in the distance? Oh, it's Consto! Consto, what are you doing? So Consto's trying to come back on the track cleanly, but unfortunately disappears from the face of the earth. We'll have a look at what happened there after. So heading into 130R then. This is lap 6, and oh, we're off there. Obviously not used to worn medium tyres. Remember, the strategy here is 6 on medium, 4 on soft. You can do 5.5, but it's a hell of a risk at the end of the race on the soft tyre. I will say that. So we've come into the pits then. You all know what the pits looks like, so we're going to leave the pits. And you can see there's some action up in the distance as well. So we've got a chance here to maybe gain 1 or 2 more positions. Let's see. So we'll advance a bit further on into the race. There we go. And we have James up ahead. So we're getting close to James here in P10. A top 10 in my first race, I'd be quite happy with, to be honest with you. We can see P9 and P8 there as well. We see P7, actually. I think that's Lucy. As we go through the left-hander at the chicane then and continue on out. We can actually see, what's that? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6! We can see P6! How about that, folks? Now, 57.5. One thing I'm going to have to work on with this combo thing is my speed. Because, you know, the fastest lap is 55. I'm in the 57s here. I know I can get 56s, but I want a 55. So I'm definitely going to have to work on my pace a little bit here. So going through turn 1 there. It's still status quo. Everyone's sort of bunching up together now, which is interesting. Looks like there's a car in front of Lucy, which is really slow. As we have a look on James. Not going to quite work out there. We didn't get quite the run. It is an overtaking place there, but you have to be really careful because they have to see you. Otherwise, there is contact. Oh, what's going on up ahead? They're like 2, 3 wide up ahead. Oh, my word. What's going on there? Lucy's got past whoever that is. And we've got... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. And we've also got... Vanier there as we leave that spoon corner then, and we've got a run on James here. Are we going to go for the move? That is the question. Oh, James moves at the last second as we did there. Not the greatest, but even so, we're coming through here. It's still status quo for now. A bit of reactionary defending then as we come into the chicane of the Casio Triangle. So I thought I got a penalty for this because I cut that a hell of a lot. However, I don't get a penalty. Midnight up ahead does get a penalty there. So it adds P9. They actually pit earlier on. So they were on full soft and they're on mediums right now, which is why they're getting mullered by everybody else here as we enter turn 1 then. And in we go. Oh, they've gone. They've gone. Those used mediums not working out for them with a penalty as well. They're down to P11. We're up into P10. We're in the top 10. Everywhere we wanted to be. Happy days. This will be a good result, but I can see P9 in the distance. I want P9. I'm very close to James here. Let's see what we can do. Is going through the S's, and I'm looking to try and get a run anywhere that I can. Doesn't quite work with the dirty air in Gran Turismo. It is still a bit too much in GT3. It really is. But James runs a little bit wide there, so we're going to have a run on James and heading towards Tidgney 1 on the outside. The last lap, I was like, I'm just going to go for this side by side. Doesn't quite work out. There's a tiny tap there, but I'm going for the risk there. You know, going side by side in Tidgney 1 is ridiculously hard. And it's just a case of it wasn't going to work. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work. And that was just one of the 9. Obviously, the odd time it will work. We come home in P10, though. Not the end of the world, that one. So not too bad of a first race. Right, let's jump to the next one where we have the world champion. Coque Lopez is back here and starting P14. Rabbit Riders changed their car from the WRX to the Atenza. So we'll see how that does. I did see the Atenza early on the leaderboards in terms of Monday, but I think they've all disappeared for the 2013 GTR. So heading in towards turn 1. It's still status quo here with the line of cars. Nobody pulling a lightning. Heading off to the realms at turn 1 on cold tires. Sorry, lightning. I bring that up all the time. But hey, we're going to remind people, you know, even the very best do go off at turn 1 on cold tires. So coming through the S's then. I do love the line of cars. It's just a shame the dirty air is so much as the Dutch driver there, De Witt. Just goes a bit out wide there and goes wide again there, leaving the left-hander, but is still keeping ahead of Coque Lopez for now. In towards Tidgney 1 we go. And yeah, status quo for now as Rabbit Rider in front of us here. Uses a lot of curb there and loses the rear end. Now, I did go back and check this. We did not touch Rabbit Rider. It was very close, but we did not touch. So if it touched on their side, I apologize, but I didn't. You heard no contact there. There was no contact as far as I'm concerned. They seem to want to stay in third gear for the hairpin there for some reason, so I lose out massively in terms of the action. So Coque does pass the Dutch driver up ahead. In towards the braking zone we go, and they end up on the grass and end up spinning out. So we're up into P14. 2 positions, 1 lap. We'll take those. That is good. So we keep that form. We're P1 by a mile. As we head towards turn 1 and Coque gets the move done there on Belfast BAP and coming through here, all sorts of carnage happening there. We've got Uncle Bob off, we've got Lucy off as we try and give them room coming on. There's other people off as well, and then we've got Dan waiting up with a 4-second penalty. We'll have a look at the very end of the video what happened there, but yeah, lots of carnage there. We're up into P10 where we finished last time, so plenty of time now to improve on our previous position. Happy days. Happy days. Right, we got Belfast BAP up ahead again then. So I wasn't going to go for the move there at 130R. We were not close enough in the slightest. But, you know, it's worth trying to scare them a little bit. Show your nose. Be like, how you doing? I'm here. Please make a mistake. But no mistake here from Belfast BAP for now. Going through the left then. We are very close here. We should... Oh, we've got a good exit there as well. Much better exit than Belfast BAP here as we cross the start-finish line here. Lap number 4 begins, and we're looking down the inside of Belfast BAP. And do we get it done? We do indeed. They actually let off there, so up into P9. So we've improved with a net gain of 1. Happy days. as we go through the right-hander here then. And the next driver up is Tejera. You see Lopez has actually gained, what, 3 seconds on me in terms of that gap. So pulling away here. It's just when you get caught up in the wrong place, wrong time. That turn 1 incident, lap 2, really did slow me down a little bit as we continue. Oh, no, we haven't. We're actually about to overtake the world champion there. Koke Lopez off. Spinning there on the left-hander. So we're up into P8 then. We'll try and have a look at that after. Now, we're 1.8 seconds off the Spaniard up ahead. I was catching the Spaniard. It was over 2 seconds before. And I thought, do you know what? Let's risk it here. Koke's behind us. I don't want to lose time to Koke. So I'm going to come in the pits on lap 5 because why the hell not? You'll find out in due course why the hell not. Because tyre wear, remember the daily race? Oh, sorry, the weekly race guide? Yes, we got very close last time. Let's see if we can survive this one. So we are going to pass the Spaniard in the pit set up into P6. We're in our favourite place. Of course we are as we enter turn 1. So we advance to lap 9 now. Big advancement there. Nothing really happened here. And Koke is catching us. Now you can see on the right side, 157.4 essentially in my lap time. This is wins 155.7. Now, a part of that is because I was saving tyres. I was trying to be less aggressive on the tyres to survive. So I can get 56s, but it's still, you know, a second off. I would say I'm a second off win there. So I really need to figure out the pace. Koke goes for the move down the inside. I just let off here. I lose the least amount of time possible there. Koke loses a little bit of time, but I lose none, really, in the grand scheme of it. And then it's all about surviving here. That Spaniard who we did overtake in the pits, our goal was to overtake them in the pits. Tejera there, still 1.4 seconds behind, essentially. So it's all about surviving, but look at my tyre wear. Just look at my tyre wear. What the? There's nothing left on that front. Well, there's a tiny bit left on that front right. We've just got to get to the end here. Through the left-hander we go. Can we survive the Casio triangle? I swear it's still going down that tyre wear in towards the braking zone. We go. Oh, it's just gone now. We've just run out of tyres on the last corner here. Through the left we go. We just have to survive here as we leave there. Please don't understeer. Off to the realms. Looks like we're going to make it here then. And that is going to be P7. Not too bad. Another 3 positions gained. I say I really need to work on my speed here, I think, as we go through the week. There will be a Gran Turismo stream later on this week, so maybe we can do that there. Let's see. We're going to go jump to our final race of the day then. At P16 for us. Koke starting ahead of us here. And Womble also in there. I didn't show you the rolling start this time because you've seen it twice. Why show it again? So, nothing happened. Nobody understeered off on turn 1. So, it's status quo here and straight into the action. So, the Dutchman goes wide again there. That's the second time they've done that. Going through this left-hander. I short shift early here. Now, is there a GTR-sized gap there? Yes, there is. We're going to go try around the outside. Now, I've no idea how I had so much overspeed on the Dutch driver there. In towards here we go. Again, Tidgney side by side doesn't really work. They do survive it, though. And we continue on. I think there may have been slight contact. I'm not too sure. We'll try and have a look at that at the end possibly here as we go through the right-hander and in towards the break. What on earth's going on here? There's cars everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Koke goes around the outside. Gets 2 positions. Beautiful move from Koke there. Showing why he's world champion as we continue on out. Now, I was trying to get slipstream off Womble here so I could take advantage of getting ahead of the Spaniard really of GMK6 Rito there. Going into this left-hander here, and we're doing okay so far. They turn into me there. Maybe they lost the rear end, not too sure. However, we're on the inside. That's clearly our position, so I'm not going to worry about that. We leave them room on the exit. Just enough for a GTR room, and up into P14 we go. So another 2 positions gained on lap 1. We're doing okay so far in terms of lap 1s. What can we do for the rest of the race? So anyway, we've got to run on Womble leader here. I hit the rev limiter there. I didn't change gear, and I don't know why I broke so much there, so apologies to the Spaniard behind. I wasn't meaning to brake so much, but I was a bit scared of the dirty air because it is huge on Gran Turismo. It really is. It does need sorting. I think the downforce needs sorting as well, if I'm honest with you. To leave that corner, long line of cars. Koke's made like 6 positions in 1 lap here. Beautiful stuff from Koke. As we head towards turn 1 then, Womble looking on the inside of Belfast Back. Not going to quite work here, so I'm just showing my nose here. Can I scare Womble? No, I can't as we come into here. Oh, Womble gets on the inside of Belfast Back. We're looking on the inside. Doesn't quite work out. Oh, Constantine effect there. Spaniard goes around the outside. Beautiful opportunistic driving there from 6 Rito there. Gets a position. We're down into P15 again. What's going on? So this is where, you know, if you're comparing yourself to Koke here, obviously I'm not as fast as Koke. Literally, he's just had the better place, better time. You know, around the outside at the hairpin was a good move. Lots of traffic there, able to make that. Here again, just getting stuck behind somebody else's move there, and it's cost us a position. So you can lose time very quickly in the pack. So, you know, make sure you qualify for these races if you don't want to start at the back. Oh, Belfast Back with a full-on oversteer there. Gets a full sideways there. Slows everybody down again. And again, I've got good grip out the cut. I don't know whether there's something going on here with grip in Gran Turismo because, what's going on there? Why did I get such an advantage over the Spaniard? I'm not too sure. Anyway, we're going to leave that corner. Back in P14, which is good for us. And we're going to advance further on here into the lap. So, Belfast back very close to Womble. I'm not sure if Womble's close to the car ahead. We'll go through 130. Yes, they are indeed. Going through here, then we get a good run on Belfast back into the braking zone. We go. Going to try and abuse that injury brake a little bit. Oh, side by side in the chicane. There's a slight tap there. Nothing major. That's just racing. But Belfast back keeps that position for now. Fortunately for us, it pulls them back towards us rather than being closer to Womble. So it does mean that we have the better of the slipstream here as we head towards turn 1. Then we're looking down the inside of Belfast back. We change gear a little bit earlier in towards the braking zone we go. And they're looking to keep that position. They leave the gap open though. There's a slight bit of contact there now. Would you have given the position back? Let me know because I did. Now, looking at this now, I probably shouldn't. I think that was fair game, to be honest with you. But do let me know. Obviously, I've always said that if you're unsure, just give it back anyway. So yeah, I gave it back there, no problem. Anyway, we're right back in the racing action here as we continue on. There is a GTR way up in the distance holding Uncle Bob up, Womble up. It's literally split the race into two. If you look at the minimap there, there's a big gap then up into P9. As Belfast back goes off there, we scared them off at Spoon. Happy days, we'll take that. And we got Womble with a penalty. So can we get past Womble? It's only half a second, so there's not a lot of time here to get past Womble. But hey, we'll give it a shot as we leave that corner. And let's see then. Womble takes that penalty. Yes, we are going to be by Womble then before 130, which is good. And good sportsmanship stuff from Womble, which is what you expect, of course. So we advance further on then. Uncle Bob and Gargi in towards the hairpin we go. Uncle Bob had a little bit of a move there. I didn't mean to try this move, but it nearly worked out very well. If I didn't slide so much, I could have maybe got on the inside of Uncle Bob there. As we continue on to lap 5 then. And we're in this slipstream here. I mean, look, wind 57.0. I think that's on mediums as well. Right, down the inside of Uncle Bob we go then. Now we're going to get this done. We are there. There's a yellow flag in the distance. Not sure who that's for, but we do get the position up into P11 then. Happy days. It's for the Brit, actually. Zedziak. There's a new name I've not seen before. We advance further on then. Lap 6. Here we go then. So this is obviously going to be the pit stop lap. We are getting closer. Oh, Gargi loses the rear end there. And I'm going to look round the outside. Now, they keep it on the outside there, which was a bit weird, to be honest with you. It's not something I expected, but I expected what would happen with Koke, where you would normally go to the inside there, but they didn't. So I thought, okay, a bit weird, but we'll carry on. So, through the right-hander we go here. And what's going to happen? They're losing the rear end of the car again as we head towards the hairpin then. And I was just going to scare them a little bit here, but they went very defensive. I don't think there was contact there, but I thought there might have been. But then Uncle Bob just taps me there, does apologise for that after. It's all good. You know, these things happen. It's racing incidents. Right, we're coming in the pits. We come out the pits now, and we're going to head towards turn 1 again. So I knew Gargi was struggling here in the GTR. So they moved left a bit there. I'm not sure what was happening, so I was going to come through here and try and go for the old cutback. So we go towards the right-hand side, and then they turn into me and force me off the circuit. Which was... I was fuming. I've got to be honest. I was fuming because I was seeing evidence here of dirty driving, okay? You know, the incident out the left-hander in the S's. We then had the into the hairpin, very aggressive defending, and then they're punting me off. So, not the greatest. We'll have a look at some of that as well. In terms of the rejoin there, by the way, I probably should have waited. I did try and join just to be safe. Very much on the inside. There are yellow flags showing, so technically you should be able to do that. And people were aware. But even so, we continue on. I'm not sure what's happened to Belfast BAP in all of this. They're way behind there. Oh, who's that off there? I think that's that Spaniard. 6 Rito there. Yes, it is. Part of the same team of the other Spaniard, actually, as well. That's one thing I do want to cover, actually. If you own a team and you are dirty driving, it's very bad for you. Now, in terms of TCR, we have investigations. We investigate drivers, and we will remove drivers. We have 2 people banned from TCR, believe it or not. Others have been warned. So we do keep an eye out for dirty driving. You can report that via the website. I do need to check on the reports, actually, more recently. Or you can DM me or one of the team leaders. The team leaders are also on the website, so you can see them as well. All right, let's go for a move on Womble then. Can we get a move done on Womble heading in towards turn 1? That's not going to quite work out there. We didn't have the overlap. I was trying to scare Womble a little bit, but it didn't quite work out as we continue on out of turn 1. And again, I'm just trying to look on the inside there. Not really a place. You have to have the overlap to go for that move. And Womble's going to keep that for now. So we head towards the end of the race, and unfortunately we're going to come home in P14. It's not the best race there to finish off with. Yeah, just disappointing from Gargi. I've got to be honest. You know, if you're trying to represent a team, that is not the right way to represent a team in the slightest with you. Now, if it was a mistake, I expected just a sorry at the end. Just like, oh, sorry, mate, I didn't mean to. But no, sorry, no, nothing. Just left, essentially. So, yeah, very bad. Very bad. So, obviously, they did mean it and just, yeah, disappointing. Right, okay, let's look at some of these bloopers then. F1 Slayers just lose it there at Spoon. Goes for the spin. Good avoided from Lucy there. And, yeah, brilliant sportsmanship stuff there from Slayers. Definitely couldn't go anywhere in that situation. What happened to Dan then? Well, there's an M6 on the inside there. Aphelion scares the GTR off at Tidgney 1. And that is the result of that one. Again, no real way to come on very easily there. So they just wait. So, you know, good sportsmanship stuff again. And that's one thing I want to say about this races. I was having such good races and good sportsmanlike conduct from everybody here. As James just comes over a little bit too much there. Realizes a mistake. Goes into turn 1 here with Consta. What happens with Consta? Oh, dear. A bit of contact there into turn 1. It is hard to go side by side there, but it is possible. But even so, you know, even when there was contact in the races, people were saying sorry, etc. It was good. And then we had that race at the end, which was just, yeah, I couldn't believe it. Monster there, struggling. Right, let's have a look at this incident with James then. So what actually happened here? Going into here, again, there might have been a tiny bit of contact. But again, Tidgney 1 is very hard to go side by side. And, you know, I had no issues there. I wasn't angry. I was just like, it is what it is, you know. And that's what it was. It is what it is. Right, we're on board with James. And this is race 2 where everybody went off there. So everyone pulling the lightning there. Lucy, Uncle Bob. And Dan came through there. Now, Dan gets a penalty for that. Bit of an interesting one here because Dan went on the inside. James was coming back across. There's a slight bit of contact. I think Dan then loses it and then contacts James again and forces him off and gets that 4-second penalty. An interesting one. Dan does wait up here, which is fair dues. And, yeah. Not sure about that 4-second penalty. It is what it is, though. It happened. Probably yellow flag there as well. So maybe that is, maybe it is right. I'm not too sure. What happened to Koke then? Oh, clips the grass. I realized as well, just before that, you see Koke dab the brake. He realizes. And then this is what I expected the other Spaniards to do. You go to the left. You know, going slow, go to the left. You're already over on the left-hand side. So, with the Dutch driver, was it my fault here? Going into here? No contact there at all. You could argue there's no space left on the left-hand side, but again, no, I don't believe so. So coming into here, this is the main incident, obviously, with the Spaniards. So we're going to come through here, okay, and they're on the left-hand side. They go towards the right, and then they turn into me, and they keep turning until I hit the grass, and then, yeah, I'm off. So, and critically, it's how they turn, because it looks exactly like they turn even more to hit me off. Let's rewind this then, and let's continue on again. So we come out of here, we go to the right-hand side, and then look, it's purposeful. The second there's contact, they then, it's too late. I'm gone. So, yeah, not even an apology. If you'd apologized, I'd have been like, okay, maybe it was a mistake. But after the hairpin and then the move out the left-hander, it's just a case of, yeah, it's just dirty driving, I would say. What do you think, folks? Do let me know in the chat. But that is going to be it for the comments. That is going to be it for me, though, folks. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Do give it a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content. We've got content every day so far. But that is going to be it for me. Now, there are 2 videos there to check out, including the weekly race guide. I'm going to disappear and hopefully see you in another video live stream. Remember, Friday, live stream very soon. Bye-bye and au revoir.